Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sal Warner. How you're doing, and welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing fine, having a fantastic day. You know, it's dragging, isn't it? This international break that is. It feels like for months. It feels like months that we haven't had Man United play. It feels like months since we've seen Leicester City play Manchester United and us absolutely sweeping the floor with them. How long's it been? For goodness sake, Sunday can't come quick enough, guys. Sunday can't come quick enough. But thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I hope everyone is doing well and everything on top. How are you doing, Michael? Hope you're doing well, Mike. Hope everything was good with you, my friend. Guys, please, before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the video and smash a like. On the way in, on the way out. You know what I mean? You might come in, you might not like what you see, but then you leave and you're like, oh, I better click a like. Just click a like anyway. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Good afternoon. Yes, go and get them. Big up, Kazi. Yes, we have to. Let's get straight into it. Now, look, you know what? I was thinking last few days about the signings that we should make. You know what? We missed out on Erling Haaland. We all remember he went to the training ground. He met up with everyone and stuff like that. But so for some reason, we didn't sign Erling Haaland, despite Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually working with and knowing Erling Haaland, which was strange that we didn't sign him at the time. I believe that this Gutierrez deal should be done because, and the reason is, we don't want to miss out on a striker like this right now. I know he's 26. He's not as young as people think, but you know what? He's a prolific goal scorer. We need a prolific goal scorer in our squad right now, but it is also obviously multi-balanced in the way I spoke about earlier in regards to like chances created, etc., etc. We're not getting enough chances for Rasmus Højlund. But at the moment, we're left with one striker. And I feel like we need another striker in there. I did watch Xerxes yesterday. I wasn't very impressed in Xerxes, if we're being honest. If I'm being totally honest with you, you know, I don't know what's wrong with that guy, what's going on with him. You know, he looks very sluggish, very slow. I don't know what you guys think. I'm not too sure, absolutely. But one thing I would say is that, you know, I think we need an experienced striker. I did say it during the summer, guys. If you know, during the summer, I was talking about even Tony, of course, coming to United. That would be a great signing, of course, guys. But you know what? Gutierrez would come to Manchester United. I know if we pay up the money, he will come to Manchester United. I really firmly believe that, especially with the Ruben Amorim influence. But as I said, don't count your chickens before they've hatched, of course, guys. Don't count their chickens before they've hatched. And you know what? I am definitely not counting the chickens before they hatch. But, you know, that striker there, a generational talent like Gutierrez, working under Ruben Amorim, you know what? There's only two players that I think will come to Manchester United. And hear me out, guys. The two players I think will come to Man United are Diamande and Gutierrez. I think those two players, the defender and the striker, those are the two players that I think will come to Man United. The rest will sign from other clubs or we'll bring through some players on the youth team, etc., etc. Absolutely. Big up, man. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Because he's 26, still young. Yeah, he's still young. Yeah. I mean, compared to me, man, big up, everyone, of course. Is Ruben Amorim planning on selling Bruno Sal? No. This is basically, the news is basically Manchester United are looking for a replacement for Bruno Fernandes. Not like a replacement as in replacing him in the team, but when Bruno Fernandes is not fit, we have someone ready to come into that team. Look, I'm a big fan of bringing through youngsters. I think we should try another attacking midfielder. Shea Lacey is one of them that I'm a big fan of, you know. But Man United are interested in an interesting player, right? They're interested in Oscar Gluck. Oscar Gluck is an Israeli international. Now, I don't know what you guys think about that. I have my reservations about it. But Oscar Gluck is an Israeli international, plays an attacking midfielder in Germany, in Austria, actually. Excuse me. He plays in Austria. And Manchester United are hot on the heels of this player. They're very interested in this player. I mean, I haven't heard too much about this player, if I'm being totally honest with you. But Man United are interested in having him in the squad as a replacement for Bruno Fernandes when Bruno Fernandes gets injured. What are your thoughts on this? Now, myself, and I'm going to say it very straight, right? I would prefer we bring through a younger player. I would prefer that we bring through a younger player. I prefer a younger player comes through. We give a younger player like Shea Lacey a chance. And you know what? Put him straight in the number 10, position. I mean, I don't think we should be going after that deal, in my personal opinion. He's not exactly young. There's other players there. Omar Mamouche, of course, guys. If people know about Omar Mamouche, he's a brilliant player. Got some of the best stats in Europe at the moment. Best goal scoring and stats in that position. So I would rather go for a player like that, if I'm being honest, in that attacking midfielder to rotate with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is definitely not getting sold. Ruben Amorim is a big fan of Bruno Fernandes. I don't think Bruno Fernandes is going anywhere, guys. Absolutely not, if I'm being honest. Absolutely. Rasta, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. When the club came out and say they don't have enough money to spend, do you believe that, Sal? Absolutely not, Rasta. Absolutely not. I don't believe that. This is just to play on the fans' expectations, so lower the expectations. There were many people saying before Erik ten Hag got sacked that we don't have money to sack the manager. And lo and behold, we had the money to sack the manager and more, because obviously we had to get Ruben Amorim. We had to get rid of Erik ten Hag as well. We spent 25 million upwards. So we do have the money. Ineos do have the money. They have money set aside for transfers. Let's not forget, at the beginning of the season, they did say that this transfer window is not a one-off. There's going to be many more transfer windows like this. So I take their word for it. I've got the quotes. I know what they said. And let's hope that they stick to their word and they do sign some players. But it is important that we do not waste money. And for me, someone like Oscar Gluck, easy for you to say, someone like that, I don't think will fit the Manchester United mold. I really don't. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's talented enough. I think we need to aim at someone a lot better than that, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. I mean, Omar Mamouche, for example, those type of players, do you know what I mean, are much better. Or just get another Sporting Lisbon player, or bring through a young player in regards to that. But we are looking at players in numerous amounts of positions. Defence in particular, it looks like Lindelof and Evans will be leaving the club. And that means we do have to replace them. And you know what? Even if we replace them with one player, we play three at the back now. Let's not forget, we're going to be playing three at the back. So if any one of those players get injured, we're going to be struggling for numbers. So we really do have to bring in some more defenders, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. No Abdul in my name. No Abdul. Abdul? Did I call you Abdul? Paula Abdul? It's Kazi Ashid Mia. Correction, man. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Matita, listen. It's to put the haters off. Big up. Or maybe they're using it as a tactic. Yeah, Rasta, they're using it as a tactic, my friend. Absolutely. And another thing Kazi said is to put the haters off. Exactly what these guys say is that, you know what, Man United are manipulators now. We've got very, very good board above us now. 27% anyway. But we've got very, very shrewd, skilled negotiators within our club right now, and I don't think they'll be held to ransom. I don't think they'll be messing around. I don't think they'll be exposing how much we have to spend. Because when you do that, when you show your cards, people are going to know what you're doing, and I think it's clever of them. Not much has been leaked out of Ineos over the last few months. Since they've been in charge, not much has come out. They hit you with it. I mean, there was obviously rumors about Ruben Amorim, but you know what? It happened so quickly. And I was shocked that it happened so quickly. When Ruben Amorim walked in the door, I was like, wow, we don't usually work this quick. How do we work? I mean, you know what? In the past, we've taken months. And you know what? I bet you if it was the past regime, we would have got Ruben Amorim in the summer. We would have left Ruud van Nistelrooy there until the summer and got Ruben Amorim then. But as you know, by then, it might have been too late because there are other clubs lurking around, of course, guys. Now, another player I want to bring into the conversation is Endrick, Real Madrid's Endrick. Endrick is basically not been in favour at Real Madrid. Of course, he came from Brazil, young player, highly rated, highly sought after. He could go to Southampton on loan in January, guys. Can you believe that? He can go to Southampton on loan. What do you think about Man United doing a cheeky offer on loan for that? What about if Man United get a cheeky offer for Endrick? What do you guys think about that? I think he's a very good player. I do. I just feel like he's got so much competition. I knew this will happen anyway. You got Mbappe, you got Bellingham, of course, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. You got players there, too many players in that position at Real Madrid. So what do you feel about doing a cheeky bid for Endrick on loan in January? How do you feel about that? Would you guys go for that? I mean, I wouldn't say no if I'm being totally honest with you. I mean, if Southampton are going for someone like Endrick on loan, what do you make about us doing that in the January transfer window? It could happen, guys. It could happen at the end of the day. I think you'd much prefer to go to Manchester United than to Southampton, for example. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that type of deal. I think he'd do great at our club. I really do. And I think like we should test the waters on that one. Absolutely. Big up, Hasaiva. How's it doing? How you been? I'm good, mate. I'm good. Very good. Thank you very much, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to Sunday, guys. It's all about Sunday. This is what we're getting excited about, is the match on Sunday, guys. I can't wait for it. Can't wait for the watch along. It's going to be emotional, guys. You know what? Emotional roller coaster. That's what it's going to be. But you know what? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, guys. Yeah, I don't want to mind that. Me neither. I wouldn't mind. I mean, Endrick on loan, experienced Brazilian international, highly rated, and was seen to be the most talented young Brazilian in Brazil, and one of the most talented young players in the world, So when they signed him, people were getting excited. People were crying when he left the club. I think it was Corinthians, wasn't it? People, or Palmeiras, one of those clubs. They were crying when he left the club. You saw it. People were in tears. So obviously that guy has something about him. But you know what? When a young lad goes to a club like Real Madrid, it's very hard to stamp your authority on the club. I remember vaguely Denelson signing for Real Betis many years ago. If you guys remember Denelson, he was another highly rated player. He was the most expensive player at the time, of 22 million during the 90s. He failed miserably. I mean, he had a decent step over, but that was about it. And he failed miserably. Not everyone makes it when you come from another country, when you come from like the likes of Brazil as a young player and come to Europe, in particular, going to a big club like Real Madrid, it's going to be very difficult to make your name. Personally, it would have been better for Endrick to go to like a Serie A team or a Dutch team, something like that, build himself up and then go from there, of course, guys. But you know what, Endrick, I wouldn't say no to that. And I think we should test the waters of that. I think we should be more alert in regards to that and wake up a bit. Wake up and, try and get him, because at the end of the day, it'll be on loan. If it fails, it fails. That'll be it, wouldn't it? But getting to the end of the season would be great. He wants first team football. Let's do this. Do you know what I mean? But Man United are after a number of players, and I would much prefer Endrick than Oscar Gluck. Absolutely. I'd rather get him on loan and test the waters with him than getting Oscar Gluck, obviously. The players that I wouldn't mind at the moment are Omar Mamouche and Endrick. I wouldn't mind those type of players coming in at the club in January. I mean, they will add quality to our squad. Absolutely. LT, how you doing? Big up, Sal. Sunday is taking too long to come. Really can't wait to see our first game under Amorim. LT, me too. You and me both, mate. It seems like it's taking forever, doesn't it? It seems like years ago we played Leicester City under Ruud van Nistelrooy, of course. It's been taking too long, guys. You know it has, hasn't it? It's been taking too long. And, I just can't wait for the game to come around. And we are playing last as well, isn't it, on Sunday? I think we're playing at 8 o'clock on my time. On my watch, I think it is 8 or 9 o'clock, of course, guys. I have to wait even longer, for goodness sake. I just can't wait for it to happen, of course. LT, me too, bro. Big up, Kazi. Me too, absolutely. Vic, Roque is better than Endrick. Roque, obviously, you're talking about the PSG player. Is it Rocky, that player? How you doing, Pearl? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream, you legend. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, look, you know what? Endrick is a very talented player. Roque is a very talented player as well. But you know what? Endrick has a lot more mysterious things about him. No one has really seen him much. He hasn't played much for Real Madrid. He has scored a couple of goals, let's not forget, as well for Real Madrid, but he hasn't been in the first team. So you know what a place to make your name. Then come to Manchester United, make your name, score a load of goals, and go home. How about that? I wouldn't mind that, to be honest with you. It'd be better than the players that we've been mentioning over the last couple of weeks. We do need a replacement in that position. We don't have enough players in that position, especially playing behind the striker, the two playing behind the striker. And if it doesn't work, if Rashford doesn't work, if Garnacho doesn't work in those positions, we do need to find someone who can fit into those positions, And for me, a player like Endrick is good, a little bit, he's a bit on the heavy side. He's a bit weighty. But we can work on that, of course, guys. We can definitely work on that, of course. Ghazi, taking too long can be a good thing. Players can recover, but absolutely, I agree. You know what? Sometimes you can say that the international break has come at the right time. It's a blessing in disguise because at least that Ruben Amorim has had a chance to work with some of those players. He's also had a chance to work with some of those young players, which is good because some of those young players, you know what, he might not have known about. He might know about now, but they've had a chance to impress him in training. So that is only a bonus for us, of course. How you doing, United TV? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you, of course. Good to see you. Kazi, we will get Gio in January or summer. Summer, Kazi, summer. We're not going to get him. Ruben Amorim has already said he's not going to disrupt Sporting Lisbon's season by signing some of those players in the winter. I believe that Man United could strike a deal with these players in view of signing them in the summer. They could strike a deal in January, you know, put a deposit down on the players and get them in the summer. It could be like that. There was rumours about Man United getting a loan with an obligation to buy it. I don't think it's going to happen. Ruben Amorim has said, and I believe every word that Ruben Amorim says at the moment because he seems like a respectable man. He said he doesn't want to disrupt Sporting Lisbon. He doesn't want to ruin their season. They're in the Champions League, etc., etc. So, you know, one thing, I don't think he's gonna ruin their reputation and his reputation and harm their season, so to speak, if we're being honest with ourselves. Absolutely. The question of the day, where is Lumen? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Which players? Gukeres plus. So Gukeres plus Diamande. Osmane Diamande, the young 19-year-old defender who plays in the centre-back for Sporting Lisbon, is a very versatile centre-back and play left and right. It's a defender that we're looking for defenders at the moment because we're playing three at the back at the moment. We're going to be playing three at the back, so we're going to have as many defenders as possible. In light of Lindelof and Evans leaving the club, Manchester United do need to replace those players. They need players who can be ready-made to walk into that team. Diamande's obviously worked with Ruben Amorim. He knows about his style of play, bringing the ball out, etc. We only have at the moment De Ligt, Euro, and obviously Licha Martinez in our squad as the centre-backs. If we lose Lindelof, if we lose Maguire and Evans, I think we'll be in a little bit of a pickle. So I think we need to replace those players, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. I mean, we do need to move on from Lindelof. We do need to move on for Evans, despite how well Evans has done. And I really respect Evans for the way he's conducted himself, the way he's played. You know, he's been absolutely fantastic for Manchester United. And I have nothing but adulation for Johnny Evans. He's been a role model to the young players. I would keep Johnny Evans at the football club in some capacity if it was possible, because the way he conducts himself, the way he's kept himself fit, the way he's at his age, you know, it was fantastic. And when he called upon, he done very well. Never let us down once, of course. Not one mistake comes into my head that he made. It was absolutely immaculate. But Maguire and Lindelof could leave the club, and that would leave spaces open in the squad to bring in a couple of more defenders. Now, we will get rid of Maguire's wage, Lindelof's wage, and Evans' wage off the books. So obviously FFP will be okay. It would. And bring through another younger player, bring through some young players. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Rice Bennett, guys. If you don't know Rice Bennett, obviously in the youth team, I'm a big advocate for him. I think he's a fantastic player. I know he's suffered from injuries, but, you know, I think he's a great player as a defender. Obviously, we've been bringing through young players, 16-year-old players like Freights have been in training this week, of course, guys, absolutely. And, you know, so we are looking at other players. We are looking at other players, guys, and it's very exciting to see. That is one thing about those players being on international duty as well, that a lot of those players, of course, got their chance to shine in training, those younger players, when otherwise they probably wouldn't given the opportunity to train with the first team, of course, guys. Let's have a look at these training. I think Gukeres next summer, to be fair. I think next summer 2025, I think we'll get him in the summer. I'm not sure about 2026. I think we will get him, though, absolutely. When looking at the squad, I see the defence, pivot, and forwards is earlier to pick. But who do you think will be picked for the wing-back positions, also considering the likes of wing? I would say this, LT, you know what? Ruben Amorim likes to play wing-backs, but not traditional wing-backs. He has known to change players' positions into wing-backs. But Man United will be playing a 3-4-2-1. So basically, Man United will have wingers who track back. So those players will have to do their work, do their due diligence, of course, guys. So, you know what? It could be Rashford, it could be Garnacho, it could be Ahmed, it could be Anthony in those wing-back positions, if you know what I mean. But if it was a perfect world, if we've Carlsberg paid, obviously, Manchester United for Ruben Amorim, it would be, not advocating drinking, by the way, it's bad for you. Manchester United would bring in a player like Frimpong and Alphonso Davies. Those two players would fit his system like a glove. Unfortunately, we don't have any players like that at the moment. We have a Dalot. I do think that Mazraoui can do it. I think Mazraoui has been fantastic. I think, you know what, I believe in Mazraoui. I think Mazraoui can play in goal the way he's played this season. I absolutely think he's been brilliant. I do think he can do it. I do believe that he can play in that right wing-back position, stroke midfield. But obviously, we do need specialists in that position. And look, going forward, Ruben Amorim's going to want to pick the specialists in that position. Speaking of defenders, Mazraoui can also play as a centre-back. Let's not forget, he can play on that left-sided centre-back, right-sided and centre-back. So obviously, that is a bonus in regards to having Mazraoui. I think Mazraoui has been a signing of the summer. You know, I really do. In all clubs, I think he's been fantastic. 15 million odd, goodness me. And De Ligt as well, coming in. Have been two fantastic players for Manchester United. But you know what? It's going to be, remains to be seen how Ruben Amorim implements his style of football. Will it work in the Premier League? You know, it is a lot harder league. Let's be honest. You know, even Ipswich Town can challenge for the top positions in Portugal. Let's be honest, guys, right? Where would Ipswich Town finish in Portugal? You know, I mean, you have to be honest with yourselves. They're going to finish 5th or 4th, ain't they? Really? Let's think about that, right? They will finish that. So the Premier League is a completely different kettle of fish, of course. And we're playing Ipswich Town on Sunday. It's going to be a difficult game. We have to be up for it. We've got a new system. We've got a new, obviously, manager. So it'd be great if we just get the win. I'm not too bothered about performances. I'm not bothered about tactics. I'm just concerned about us winning that game and moving up the league as quickly as possible, because at the moment, we're drifting in mid-table at the moment. It is end of November. We need to obviously start moving up that table. That would be great. Of course, GK. Old Java lied. Angel Gomez and Alphonas is on Man United radar, not just United. Many clubs are kept Omar, Victor, and on the radar. Absolutely. There's going to be players after all these players, GK. There's going to be players after all these players. But one thing I would say is that Ruben Amorim's system doesn't cater for players like Alvaro Fernandez. I know a lot of you guys like Alvaro Fernandez, but he is not a traditional wing back. He's not one of those wing backs. If you look at Cuenta, if you look at him who plays for Sporting Lisbon, if you look at him and look at the way he plays, you know what? That is the type of player that Ruben Amorim is after. He doesn't want a player like, obviously, for Fernandez, who is just a traditional fullback. He's a traditional fullback. We're not going to be playing traditional fullbacks. We're going to be playing players who can attack and attack well and can cross and can score. Those sort of attackers, guys, we're looking for. And he's looking for a much more efficient attacking unit, you know, but those players need to track back as well. So that's why I was saying Alphonso Davies, a Frimpong, those are the type of players he looks for. I know it's going to be a fortune to sign those players. Alphonso Davies is on a free transfer in 2025. We can get hold of him on a free transfer. Real Madrid are after him, although, you know, but, you know, that is the type of player that we're looking for. Alvaro Fernandez is like pedestrian left back. He's a normal left back, guys. And if we're playing the 4-3-3, it would have been great to have Alvaro Fernandez. I don't think he can quite do that position effectively as some are thinking. I don't think he's quite as good as some are thinking. We need Bella. If we're going to challenge for this league title, we need Bella. Absolutely, we need Bella. You know, there's an obsession with Alvaro Fernandez, obviously, of course, ex-Man United player, release clause, etc., etc., etc. You know, but we have to understand that what type of system Ruben Amorim plays. It's a very quick style of play. You've got the wingers on right and left going forward. The team attack in droves. They defend in droves. I mean, I just feel like he's going to go for a much more. Look, for example, right, during his training, he was playing Anthony as a wing back. That's the type of team. That's the type of players he plays as a wing back. He plays attacking players as wing backs, not necessarily fullbacks. That's what he does. Danny, City slipping around Diamanda. I read them. Absolutely. So we have to get there in time, guys. You know, the one great thing, Danny B, is about Man United, the way we are now, my friend, is the way we are negotiating. We're shrewd. We're professional. We're quick in regards to our negotiating skills, in regards to Omar Barada, Wilcox, and Ashford, of course. I'm very confident that we can beat teams to these signings now. But in the past, I didn't think we could beat these teams to these signings, like beating Real Madrid to Euro. I know that people are going to say we throw money at him and stuff like that. That was a lie. No, we didn't. Real Madrid are offering him more money. He fell in love with the project. Did you see the interview with Ruben Amorim? He was convinced to come to Man United because he knew what we were going after. He also said he wanted to come to Man United because if he went to a Man City, they win the league, it would just be another one. At Man United, you have a chance to make history, a chance to you will be remembered as the guy who brought Man United back. You'll be remembered. If we win the league, if we win the Champions League, you will be remembered as the guy that brought Man United back. Why not? That would entice me, of course, but then I'm a Man United supporter. Gil will join Real Madrid, to be honest, where the rumours were before, and now Mbappe is not working out at Real Madrid. I think Gil is perfect signing for them. I think we should focus on Chido and Højlund. I agree with that. We should focus on Chido and Højlund. Gutierrez is not going to Real Madrid. I know that 100%, guys. He's not going to Real Madrid. They cannot offload Mbappe. He's an absolute fortune. They won't be able to get rid of him anyway. So they're going to have to make it work. They've already got Bellingham up there as well, guys. They got strikers up there. Gutierrez won't join Real Madrid. I'm putting my neck out there and saying he won't join Real Madrid. I don't think he will. He'll go either to Man United or he'll go to another club. I don't think he suits Real Madrid, if I'm being honest with you, the way they play, etc. And Real Madrid have also got problems in regards to selling players as well. They need to get rid of a few players before they can actually make signings. They are after Alphonso Davies. That is their priority. They want Alphonso Davies. They have to get rid of 2 players to get Alphonso Davies. They have to get 2 players off the wage bill to get Alphonso Davies on a free, because Alphonso Davies is going to want a lot of money, of course. We'll have to wait and see what happens in regards to Gutierrez, of course. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. I firmly believe in Chido Oba Martin and Højlund. I think we need to give them a chance. I really do. As I've been saying for the last few months, is that we need to give these players a chance under a proper system. And, a team that creates chances for the striker. As I said, Rasmus Højlund is in the top 5 strikers when it comes to the amount of chances he's been given. That's in Europe, and I believe Rasmus Højlund can turn into a fantastic player. I think Chido Oba Martin can turn into a fantastic player. But that's not to say that we shouldn't be getting an experienced striker to complement those players who are very young. We're putting a lot of pressure on them. You still have to have some experience in there. Obviously, throughout the years when Sir Alex Ferguson was managing Manchester United, we had 27, 26, 28, 29-year-olds up front. So at the end of the day, and he used to, Ruud van Nistelrooy is 24 when he signed for Man United. So at the end of the day, you need that experience up front. You need that know-how, how to score goals and stuff. And I think we lack that at the moment. It might be Gutierrez. It looks like Man United are very interested in the player, having scored 4 goals the other night as well. I don't think Man United want to miss out on him because they missed out on Erling Haaland. Gutierrez is the new player on the block, of course. We don't really want to miss out on him. And don't be surprised that Man United fight tooth and nail for that player. You know what? I think it's the best move for him. Just like when Euro came to Man United can beat Real Madrid to these signings now. We're a different animal, trust me. And you know what? As I've said, if you go to Real Madrid, what history are you going to make? Real Madrid have already done it all, been there, seen it, done it, worn the T-shirt, bought the mug, everything. They've done absolutely everything. There's nothing to be achieved there. Man United is still a lot to be achieved. Man United have been in the doldrums for the last 11 years. So coming to Man United, for me, will be the best option for any player, because the excitement about bringing Manchester United back, bringing them back to the pinnacle of English football and European football, that is what I want to see. I really do. And I feel like we can. I feel like we will. I feel like it won't be long. I don't think it'll be 2028. I think it'll be before that. I think we will be getting to where we want to go. Absolutely. Pep in for a severance pay. Absolutely. Pep Guardiola signing a new contract at Manchester City. Of course, what does that do for the 115? I want to know what's going on with that 115. We need to push that 115 thing, because I don't want them sweeping it under the carpet, do we? Because they have been cheating. And you know what? They need to be held accountable for their cheating, of course. So can United give Evans another year contract? I mean, why not? He's still got it. No. We need to think forward. We need to think forward, my friend. I know he's a fantastic professional, but I think, my friend, we need to move forward in regards to defenders and look to the future. Evans has been a great pro, but you know what? We need to just move on to the next. Of course, if I'm being honest. No, the Linden's Evans Maguire, we need at least 2 replacements by the start of next season. And I don't think those players fit into Ruben Amorim's system. If I've been watching Sporting quite intensively over the last few weeks, and I don't think they'll fit in his system. I really don't. Maguire can play in the back three. He can play in the back three, but in regards to taking the ball out, the way that Ruben Amorim plays, he likes small players. If those who know what Ruben Amorim, the way Ruben Amorim started his managerial career at Braga, he started off with 3 big centre-backs, right? He started with 3 big centre-backs. He then realized that the style of football he wanted to play didn't work. So he started using smaller centre-backs. So I don't think he likes too many big centre-backs in there. If it was between Lindelof, Evans, and Maguire, I'm keeping it and Maguire. I'm keeping Maguire because I know that Maguire can pop in with a goal. He can do things like that. And you know one thing I will say about Harry Maguire, I'm going to say it like this, guys. If you think about professionalism, if you think about getting on with the job, despite having your captaincy removed from you, he's absolutely top, mate. He's absolutely top, an absolutely model professional. Let's forget about the shenanigans in Greece. We all have problems in our life. We all have problems, you know, in our personal life and stuff like that. Let's forget about the shenanigans in Greece. But as a professional, Harry Maguire is brilliant. He's an absolute diamond. I would say that right now. If any young players are looking at Harry Maguire, look at him, the way he conducts himself. He doesn't moan. He had his captaincy taken away with him. He got on with it, performed. He saved us in the Europa League the other season. So big respect to Harry Maguire. And whatever Harry Maguire does, I wish him all the best because he's, you know what? He's never given us any problems. He's never given us any problems. But you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. There is going to be changes at Manchester United, but not every change is going to be made straight away. Man United cannot afford to be doing 500 million overhauls, you know, so we're going to have to get one player here, one player there. As Ineos said, there's no smoke without fire. It is a modest transfer budget, but modest, what is modest? Man United will sell players and Man United will build their transfer funds. That's what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, Man United will spend at least the 200 million in the summer. And remember what I'm saying, guys, they will spend minimum 200 million in the summer, but they will offload some players, and many players will go off the wage bill as well, of course. Sid Krog, it's crazy. Evans is our fittest. It's crazy, isn't it? And Mad Advance said exactly what I was saying. The thing is, exactly what I was saying is that about fitness, looking after yourself, despite your age. Look at Mike Tyson. At the end of the day, whatever people think about Mike Tyson, look how he's looked after himself. 58 years old, of course. You know, I know he did throw the fight. I know that. But anyway, look how he's looked after himself. And you know what? You look at Johnny Evans as a model professional. You know what? No wonder Sir Alex Ferguson signed these players. Why is it Sir Alex Ferguson signs these players and they're gems? They're just gems. You know what I mean? And they know how to look after themselves. You know what? Playing football is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. You know, everything from wake up in the morning to what you eat, you know what I mean? The way you sleep, everything. It's a lifestyle from top to bottom. It's a full-time job. And these players like Johnny Evans have been doing it their whole career. A proper model professional is Johnny Evans. You know what? And you know what? We got two players there, Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. For me, I have a lot of time for. Because both of those players have never moaned, never complained. When brought into the team, they've performed and they've done the business for us and never let us down. I know Maguire has made mistakes. I know he has. But you know what? I do believe he's going to be moved on. I feel that I'm hearing he's going to be moved on, Lindelof and Evans, and we're going to bring in a new team. One thing is, Ineos will not get Ruben Amorim spending 20-odd million to get rid of Erik ten Hag and to bring in Ruben Amorim if they're not going to back him. They're going to back him to the heels and back. They do not want their first signing to flop, their first appointment to flop. They don't want that on their CV. First impressions count very much. They want to get one manager. The manager succeeds. Ineos look like, you know what I mean, smelling of roses. And that's what they want. Of course. Danny, doing on it and promote Kakuni. I think, Rich, I don't want Branthwaite. Yeah, a lot of people. Branthwaite is a debatable one. A lot of people within the fan base, they don't want Branthwaite. But Man United are going to sign one defender. Whether that's Branthwaite, whether that's Diomande, it will be one of those players. Branthwaite is a left-sided centre-back. In all honesty, we do need more left-sided players. We don't have any left-sided players, guys. Euro can go into that position, although Euro is a right footer. He can play in that position, but he's not his natural position. Branthwaite is a very good player. Now, Branthwaite, obviously, he's not your Hollywood signing. He's not how do I say it? He's not, if his name was Rodrigo Branthwaitinho, people would get excited about him. It's because his name's Jared Branthwaite that, you know, it's boring. You know what I mean? We don't want no signings. I like Branthwaite. I think he'll do very well for us. But one thing I would say is that we cannot be paying over the odds for Branthwaite. During the summer, they wanted 60, 70 million for Branthwaite. It's crazy when you think about that, isn't it? You know, 60, 70 million for a player who hasn't achieved anything yet. You know what I mean? Hasn't he? Did he even play for England yet? I know he's been in the squad, but he got withdrawn from the latest squad, didn't he? Has he even played for England yet? Guys, at the end of the day, look, there's a number of players on Ineos's wish list. we're going to get linked to all of them. It doesn't mean we're going to sign all of them. We might sign one or two, you know what I mean? But they're all going to be great players that will help our team and improve our team, of course. We're not going to be panic buying because, as you saw in the summer, when we didn't get a player, we moved straight on to the next. We didn't get Branthwaite, straight onto Euro. Click, done. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about this Ineos so far. It's quick, it's efficient, it's sharp. And that's what I like about it. And them, we're matched with Ruben Amorim. There's nothing more than excitement for me. I feel so excited about it. I think the only time I've been this excited, obviously, was when, how do I say it? I was excited about Erik ten Hag. I really was. I felt that his personality was a little bit suspect. I felt like he was more like a teacher, a head teacher. He shouts, but that was his style, you know. Ruben Amorim's got something about him. He's like a package. It's not just, you know, he's a nice guy. He smiles a lot. He shakes a lot of people's hands. You know what I mean? Didn't mean that the way it sounded. But anyway, you know what I mean? You know, he's friendly and approachable. But one thing about Ruben Amorim, he does have a different side to him. He has a sinister side to him. And you can tell he is not going to be messed about or held to ransom. If anyone doesn't perform or play in his tactics, the system that he wants to implement, those players will be gone. Because at the end of the day, Ineos are not going to put up with this anymore. Ineos are not. And they will get rid of players when seen fit. Now, look, I'm giving Ineos a chance. I think Ineos have done okay, but they are on fraud watch. I mean, I don't like saying that word, fraud, but they are on fraud watch. A lot of people are watching them. One thing I would say about Ineos, and let's not, they've done with the Ruben Amorim deal, fantastic. Quick, efficient, sharp, Ten Hag out, Ruben Amorim in. You cannot blame them for the FA Cup. You cannot blame them for keeping Erik ten Hag. At the time, it was the right decision. It's very easy to look back hypothetically, in hindsight, should I say, in hindsight, and say it was the wrong decision. He deserves that opportunity up until now. As I said at the end of last season, we're going to give Ten Hag up until Halloween. We gave Erik ten Hag up until Halloween, and that was when they made the move. Exactly how I said it, guys, and they made their move. And as Rasta Stocks knows, I said it before, you know what I mean? And the thing is that now they will back Ruben Amorim. They will back him to the hills and back, and Man United will be better for it. Players will leave. Players are on their last chance here. Last chance saloon for a lot of these players. I know that a lot of these players have had lots of chances, 10 years, some of them, of chances. But Ruben Amorim obviously can only do what he has to do, which is see it for himself. And he's going to see it for himself. Will these players perform for 6-7 months? Will they perform for Ruben Amorim? You know, they might perform for 2-3 weeks, maybe. But will they perform for 2-3 months going on? You know what I mean? And that is what obviously what I want to see. Of course, as I say, it's crazy how our backup player plays more minutes than the first team players due to injuries. Absolutely, mate. It's mad. I keep talking about him because he's constant linked. Danny B, a few people. I know Denny, he's fitting as well. Absolutely, mate. I keep talking about him. Who was it you're talking about? We need, about regards to the replacements in defense. We definitely will go for Angel Gomez and Alvaro Fernandez. Not that I'm hearing. No. Not that I'm hearing. Sal, just a question. If we manage to get Davies next summer or Davies will solve our wing-back problem, then we do need another wing-back. We have Anthony who can play there. And Osorio Mainu. Mainu, I don't know. I've never seen Mainu play as a wing-back, Mad Advance Sid. But you know what? We're going to have to wait and see the way this whole shapes up, isn't it? Ruben Amorim and stuff, the way he works out his football team, of course. I don't think Mainu will be playing as a wing-back. Mainu's too important in that midfield. Ruben Amorim, one of his favourite players. As I said in a couple of shows ago, the two key players for Ruben Amorim are obviously Mainu is one of those players and Euro. Two key players he specifically pointed out to us, right, is Euro and Mainu. So he's going to want Mainu to play in his proper position, his specialised position. He's not going to want him to play in right wing back. I don't think that Man United are going to go after Fernandez, as many people think he is. As I said, we do not play that type of wing backs. Guys, we do not play fullbacks. Ruben Amorim does not play fullbacks. He may play fullbacks on Sunday. Guys, I need to draw some of you a picture. Guys, he will not play wing backs. He might play initially against Ipswich, against teams like that. But when it comes to going forward, he was not going to buy another fullback because he doesn't play that type of football with the traditional fullbacks. Alvaro Fernandez, He's not really a wing back. He's more of a fullback. He can go forward, but he's not effective in that. He doesn't do it like that, if I'm being honest, guys. Guys, a lot of people speak from just speaking, in regards to what you want, what you think. I go by what I know. I've been watching sporting for the last 6 weeks, guys. And the thing is, one thing I will say, I'll be extremely shocked if we got Alvaro Fernandez in, because he doesn't play fullbacks. And this is damning for the likes of Luke Shaw. But then you look at Luke Shaw and you can say, well, at least Luke Shaw can play left-sided centre-back. He can, when he's fit. Malacia as well, it's damning for him. But then you look at Malacia, he can play more of an attacking role, because he is an attacking fullback, more than Alvaro Fernandez. So at the end of the day, we're going to have to wait and see, guys. At the end of the day, we're going to have to wait and see. And it'll all unravel itself as the months go on. The team against Ipswich Town is not going to be the team that is going to be this time next year. Absolutely not. It's going to be completely ripped up. It's going to be completely different. Tactically, everything will be changed. So we can expect anything on Sunday in regards to the team. But one thing he's not going to do, he's not going to buy wing backs just because it's the flavour of the day that Alvaro Fernandez is this messiah who's going to save Man United. He's not that good, guys. He's okay. All right? He's okay. He's all right. All right? Okay. He's a good player, but not an amazing player. He's going to get us up that league. He's not an Alphonso Davies, for example. You know what I mean? And that's who Man United need. They need a player like an Alphonso Davies, a Frimpong, that type of player. A Quenta, who plays for Sporting Lisbon, who does the job very, very well. That type of player. That's what I would say. Fernandez is decent. We sold Fernandez. You know what? 16.8 million. That expires, I think, in 2025. We'll have to wait and see, guys. Obviously, it's all up in the air. Even Amorim said himself, he's not the naive in his post-press conference. Absolutely. He's not naive. Absolutely. Skugly from PSV on a free next summer would be a smart move. Good one. Another name on the conveyor belt. Danny Bell. We got a conveyor belt of players, mate. Absolutely. It's another player, but Skugly. Yeah. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, guys. We'll have to wait and see. Sal, Modric 2018 or Modric 2003? Unbiased, please. There's more to Modric's bow. But if I was going to pick one player at their peak, is Rodri for me. I just feel like Modric was so complimented by Toni Kroos in that team. I mean, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. It's my opinion. But I think he was complimented by Toni Kroos in that team, if I'm being honest with you. Rodri for me. I mean, I don't know, guys. They're both good players. I would say about Modric is that Modric is more of a big game player. I mean, no, but then again, Rodri scored in the Champions League final. But then I look at Rodri in the Europa League final, the European Championship final, of course, if you remember, got taken off. Zubamendi came on, wasn't it? Wasn't it Zubamendi who came on? So at the end of the day, you know what? That's a good question, though, Cypher, my friend. Absolutely. It's a good question. Absolutely. Sid Craft, absolutely. Mad advancing. Sid, they both play different positions. Yeah. One's a defensive midfielder, one's more of an attacking. Breaking news, Manchester United interest in Alphonso Davies is getting more concrete. The number of United players are willing to offer higher than Bayern Munich. And absolutely, guys, don't worry, Abdullah. I said it on this show. I said it a few days ago. I already know, guys. Absolutely. I already know. I said it a long time ago. Big up Abdullah. Thank you, though. Thank you, my friend. I know about Alphonso Davies, of course. Said it weeks ago. Big up the channel. Big up Abdullah. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. So what does upright fullback means? Is it like a left wing back or something in between? An upright fullback is basically a fullback who spends most of his time in the attacking third. So he will be an attacking third. This is what I'm saying. You can't have an Alfonso. You cannot have an Alvaro Fernandez up there. You know what I mean? You can't even have a Luke Shaw up there, for being honest. This is why I'm very interested to see how the team's going to develop. It remains to be seen if Ruben Amorim sticks to his philosophy. It's going to be very interesting because this is the Premier League, guys. And the Premier League, obviously, is different, isn't it? It's not the Portuguese league. We're going to have to wait and see. At the moment, every single one of us are up in the air about what the team is going to be on Sunday. But one thing is, the team that is on Sunday is not going to be the team this time next year. I guarantee you it. There will be a number of players gone. There will be a number of players in. It'll be completely ripped up, completely different. We can only judge Ruben Amorim once he brings in his own players, once he's got rid of the players he wants to get rid of course. We can only judge him after that, if I'm being honest with you. And this time next year, we will know what his team's going to be. You know, maybe he won't need to buy any players. You know what I mean? Maybe we're winning games. Maybe we keep winning and we're in a good run and we keep winning. Maybe that's good, isn't it? We don't spend any money and we just keep winning. Maybe that, that might happen. You know what I mean? But I do think he will bring in a couple of his players. I really do. I think he will bring in a couple. I think he will bring in a Diamande. I think he will bring in a Gutierrez, players of that nature. Maybe a Araujo on the left back position, of course. He might a left winger, of course. Araujo's playing, 17 years old. Maybe something like that. Of course, guys. So you never know. We'll have to wait and see. Time is an education. So more like links coming up 24. Absolutely. Mate, there's going to be a lot of GK. There's going to be a lot of links coming up. Bet you me, there's going to be major links coming up. Don't worry about that. Absolutely. I see and hear talks sporting players being linked to, but realistically, I don't see us buying them considering the release clauses. But May 1, we're not going to buy 10, 11 Sporting Lisbon players, guys. Right? We're going to play 1 or 2. That's it. We're not going to buy 10. He does want. Traditionally, in the past, Ruben Amorim has bought players from his ex-clubs. He's done it with Braga. He's going to do it at Sporting. He's not going to bring through 7 or 8. He has too much respect for Sporting Lisbon to do that. He's going to bring 1, maybe 2. So I'm saying Diamande and I'm saying Gutierrez. That's my prediction, but it could be Araujo. It could be that type of player, if we're being honest. So there's a number of players there, a number of players that fit his system. So we're going to have to wait and see. Now, as I said, time is an education. Breaking news, Ruben Amorim shaved his head to match Ten Hag's. Deadline, thank you so much for that. You big up, absolutely. I know you got the Ruben Amorim bald head. Absolutely. I don't think if Ruben Amorim shaves his head, I'll shave my head. Absolutely. He's not going to shave his head, guys. I don't think he'll shave his head. He's 39 years old. You know what? We don't want another bald manager, do we? Do you want another bald manager? I don't know. I don't think I want another bald manager, if I'm being totally honest, guys. Deadline, you mean? Deadline, one. Deadline, what's that, you mean? I'm not sure what you mean, mate. Sidcraft, mac and cheese. Big up. Deadline, bro, it's your time to hurt the City bald man ego. Absolutely. Deadline, bro, can you give mac and cheese reference? Big up, Deadline. Everybody's known, obviously. What you on about, mate? Incoherent rambling. Incoherent rambling. Okay, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else. Guys, Deadline, bro, mention, bro. What are you saying that to Sal? Well, you think you are saying this to him? No. Well, I don't know what he's saying to me, but you know what? I don't deal with Twitter warriors. Do you? I don't. I'm a man. Bro, at least mention who you are saying this to. Sal will think you are saying this to him. Absolutely. There you go. Stratford Post, credit due to giving Maguire the way he's come back nice. We young people can't deal with the setback and can't do great comeback. I'm too young. I'm 24. Big up, GK. Big up. Good comment, my friend. Nice comment. Absolutely. GK, that's why Maguire is... Big up, Mad Advanced. Big up. I respect your opinion, mate. What's your opinion on moving and cribbling Nad dealing with the situation where pundit fans are versus player like Maguire? Then sometime unfairness comes in. What's your opinion on moaning and cribbling Nad? What's a Nad, mate? Dealing with situation where pundit fans are versus player. I don't agree with anyone slaughtering players, insulting players, calling them names. I agree with constructive criticism. I believe if you feel the need to insult someone, it just shows a lack of intelligence. You know, you lack the ability to construct a legitimate argument, in my opinion. That's what I would say in regards to that. Absolutely. Chico, that's why there you go. The GOAT thing is coming out. We know how for many defenders, but now attack is less now. There's a lot of work needs to be done. Of course, guys, of course. We now have so many defenders, but now attack is less. We don't have many defenders, guys. Absolutely. So that is a lie. That is a lie, GK. We're going to get rid of a couple of them in the summer. So we're going to have to watch out, guys. We can't say we got too many. We ain't got enough of any players, guys. I wonder how Anthony feels like when he opens YouTube and watches the edits where people are very meticulous towards him. It's crazy. Social media, my friend, social media, mad advantage. You know, you can't get away with it. Thank God I was raised in the 90s when we didn't have that, when Beckham got sent off in the 98 World Cup. And you know what? He had to deal with the fans, but he didn't have to deal with social media back then. You know, thank God, because it would have been absolute nightmare, of course. We should never have sold Cambuala. That fraud really made criminal changes. Cambuala, that wasn't down to him. I mean, I don't know if it was down to be honest with you. Cambuala should have shone under Amorim. We don't know that. It's hypothetical, Gamer TV. We don't know that. At the end of the day, one thing I liked about Cambuala is he wore his heart in his sleeve. He loved the club. And that's one thing I'll say. But he said great things about Eric Ten Hag. Let's not forget, none of us would know who Cambuala was if it wasn't for Eric Ten Hag giving him a chance in the first place. No one knew who Cambuala was. And if it wasn't for Eric Ten Hag giving him the chance. If you saw the leaving speech in regards to Cambuala and Eric Ten Hag, Cambuala saying the praises and thanked Eric Ten Hag. Thanked him for all he's done. So we need to show that same level of, obviously, thanks. And, you know what, wishing Eric Ten Hag the best of luck in his future endeavours, of course. You know what I mean? He's left the club now, of course. Big up though, Gamer TV. GK, bro, which United academy player do you think is going to be a generational for United? Absolutely. We have 7+ attacking players, a goalkeeper, 7+ attacking players. 7, deadline. Yeah, let's have a look. Ahmed, Garnacho, Anthony, Højlund, Rashford, Bruno, Mount. Yeah, he's right. We've got 7. We have got 7. Absolute scrutiny and criticism in England is unbelievable. But that is life in England, my friend. That is what happens in England, of course. You know, at the end of the day, English media have always been against Manchester United. It's been like that since I can remember. They've always been against Man United for some reason. Of course, Sir Alex Ferguson banned the BBC famously and stuff like that. It's always been like that. Combo really shining at La Liga, barely playing games. There you go. But then Eric Ten Hag did give him his first opportunity, didn't he? He did, didn't he? Let's have a look at this. Don't know any word you said there, mate. I don't know who you're talking to, mate. Rashi, Anthony, Xerxes not doing good compared to Garnacho, Højlund, Ahmed. That's the point I'm telling. Rashi, Xerxes not doing good compared. They're still, I mean, you've got to give Xerxes a chance, guys. I know it's difficult, but you've got to give him a chance. You know, Rashi's had his chance for me. Doing good compared to Garnacho and Højlund, mate. Yeah, I mean, going forward, Garnacho and Ahmed are the future. Going forward, GK. We know they're the future. They're the ones that we have to look out for in the future. In regards to Rashi, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I would sell him, of course. I would. Good afternoon, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. 30 likes. Let's get it up. Let's get it up, guys. Thank you very much, Sanjay, for the update, my friend. Thank you. Bro, you are in your own universe, or what you saying? I don't know, mate. He's been on the Charlie. Okay, that doesn't really change the statement about us having less attackers than defenders, which is factually not correct. Less attackers than defenders. Having less attackers than defenders. We're light. My opinion is we're light all around the pitch. That's my opinion. We're light in midfield. We're light in attack. We're light up front. We're light in the defence. We're light on the fullbacks. We've got no left backs, really, have we? Apart from the injured ones. That's what I would say. We're light all over the pitch. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Of course, big up, Maya. How you doing? Good to see you back, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. And everyone not as thick as you said, they can understand who I'm talking to. Use contact to his buddy. Mate. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Be friendly. Manchester United, Manchester divided fan base, sad to see. Yeah. Rodri is treated like some legend. Yeah, that's true. He's not a legend yet. Do you think Rodri is a legend? No, he's won the European Championships. He's won the Champions League. He's won the Premier League title. Do you think Rodri is a legend, guys? Do you think he's a legend? Good evening. How you doing, United Road? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you back. Glory, glory, Man United. United Road. Take me home. United Road. Absolutely. Big up the United Road, of course. One of the legends, of course, in the game. Big up United Road, of course. A superstar United streamer like Sal, Mr. And Schumann is the legend he is, mate. He's reached 14,000 subscribers, guys. Keep pushing the legend that is Schumann, my friend, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then Lumbo, your profile looks like an Amorim is going to bang Rash. Oh my goodness me. You guys, like and share stream, please. Thank you so much. Yeah, please like and share the stream, you legends. Thank you very much. We're just following that we're coming to Old Trafford Football Stadium, Sal. I'm saying Diamande and Gutierrez, but I could be wrong, guys. But you know what? There are a number of, what I'm going to say is like this, right? Ineos have their wish list. They have their transfer players that they want in the summer. And it could be any one of those players. As I said last summer, you know, it could be that player. If they don't get that player, they go after that player. If they don't get that player, they go after that player. That's how Ineos are doing it. They're quite efficient in the way they do things. So, you know, one thing I would say is that it could be Diamande, it could be Gutierrez, it could be a Raul, it could be someone like that. You know what I mean? It could be anyone in that squad, of course, guys. It could be. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, Michael. I like Sal Stream from 3 accounts. Big up, Mad Advanced, you legend. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, we can do Anthony like mistake and listen to Eric Ten Hag. We can't do Anthony like mistake and listen to Eric Ten Hag. Let's not bring Eric Ten Hag into this. Let's not forget that he brought in Euro. All right, let's not forget he brought in Licha. He brought in De Ligt. You know what I mean? Let's not forget these things about Eric Ten Hag, right? You know, he brought in Ugarte. He brought in Højlund. You know what I mean? Let's not forget that, right? When people were ignoring Ahmad, he brought in Ahmad. You know what I mean? Oli ignored him. You know what I mean? And the thing is, what we have to do is not jump on him, because one thing Eric Ten Hag has done, he's laid the foundations there. Under Louis van Gaal, he left Man United in a bad place. Jose Mourinho left Man United in a bad place. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left Man United in a bad place. Eric Ten Hag's left Man United in a good place. I know you're looking at league positions, and you know you're going to go, but we're 14th. We're 4 points from 4th. He's laid the foundations for the youth team. The youth players, Obi Martin, Kone, another 2 for you. Yeah, he's laid the foundation. Don't think that wasn't down to Ten Hag as well. He's laid the foundations there. Let's leave Eric Ten Hag alone. Let him do his thing. Thank you, Eric Ten Hag, for 2 trophies. We move on to Ruben Amorim. Let's not slander the lad. You know what I mean? You know, we don't do that at Man United. I think Ineos also wanted Amorim to come in immediately so he can assess the squad. Yeah. Give them a proper insight on all fits and positions. He needs improvement for the next season. I agree, LT. Very intelligent comment, mate. As usual, my friend. Big up. Absolutely. I agree with that as well, because I think he wants... What the benefit of having Ruben Amorim now is that he gets to know some of these players, doesn't he? You know, until the end of the season. And then at the end of the season, he can go to Ineos and say, I'm not sure about that player. That I like that player. I'm not sure about that player, for example. You know what I mean? Already. And we'll be ahead of the game next season. We'll be ahead of the game, of course. Sitting down watching. Wow. Absolutely. He's a creative player. He's not a striker, though. Cersei plays with his hair on his pitch. That's why. Yeah. Absolutely. Cersei loves dancing. Sanjay Rotan, nice TP, bro. Big up, big up. Under the moonlight. Big up, everyone. Under the moonlight. No patient in plastics. Need to give Xerxes time. Exactly, deadline. I agree with that, my friend. I do agree with that. I haven't denied that. I've said that all along. He needs a run of games. One thing I would say, he hasn't had a run of games yet, isn't it? Give the lad a chance. He's a young player still. You know what I mean? We're going to need him this season, guys. We're going to need him. You know it. Trust me. You know, we're going to need him. Legend for Man City or football legend? Legend for Man City. Not a football legend yet. I don't think you can call him a football legend. Not yet. Come on, guys. Before Sal's birthday, we should try to get this channel to 5K, please, subscribers. Big up, Mad Advance said, yes, I'm under 100 away from 5,000 subscribers, guys. Can you get us to 5,000? Can you get me to 5,000 subscribers, guys? Would really appreciate that. Afro Soup, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Casemiro and Rashford posting and sugarcoating the coach was that necessary to me? Means they down tools under Ten Hag. So a lot of them do, mate. A lot of them do. Rashford is the prime example. He's done that many times on more than one occasion, if we're being honest with ourselves, of course. Ahmad, multi-positional can play, help Amorim so much. Yep, Ahmad is the future, not Rashford. And Eric used to play him over Ahmad. Such an egotistical manager. Every manager's egotistical, man advanced. One thing I will say is this: let's stop talking about Eric Ten Hag. At the end of Eric Ten Hag did a lot of good for the football club as well, guys. Let's not be plastic, right? We respect Eric Ten Hag for what he did. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't play Ahmad. He gave Ahmad a chance. He put Ahmad in the team. You know what I mean? He put Mainu into the team. He put Garnacho into the team. 2 legends right there. 2 players right now, Garnacho and Mainu, who Ruben Amorim would be building his squad around It's because of Eric Ten Hag. Let's not forget the good that Eric Ten Hag did as well. All right, let's keep that in our minds as well, guys. Come on. Easy, I mentioned they don't have to pick. Absolutely. I mean, other than that, who is it? Who is it? You know what I mean? I'll say Paul Dickoff, Sean Gota, King Clancy, Nicky Summerby, Uwe Rosler, Keith Cole. What about Keith Cole? I'll big up Keith Cole, by the way. Allow Keith Cole. Absolutely. So Delaney is a City face, but Rashford is face of football. Ahmed is a beast now. Yeah, Ahmed is a beast now. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. It's been a fantastic show. You're absolute legends. Don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Don't forget to join me for that. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm under 100 away from 5,000 subscribers, guys. Let's get there before my birthday on the 25th. And don't forget, on the 25th of November, I will be doing an all-day watch-along, guys. An all-day watch-along. And it's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. Join me for that, of course, guys. Absolutely. James from down the street is a legend. And he's got big up Deadline. Love it, mate. I love the banter, brother. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me today, friend. Absolutely. Balotelli, what about me? Where's my birthday cake? No, that was Yaya Toure. Where's my birthday cake? You remember that? Guys, Sal, please. Right, Eric Ten Hag left us in a better place and a better squad, and Amorim gave youth a chance. So let us think and respond with that. LT. Look, in fact, I'm going to give you this, LT. I'm going to give you this, my friend. This is what I'm going to give you. Absolutely. It's all about class and respect. There you go, LT. Class and respect, my friend. Big up for the comment. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it, guys. Go to football better than Rooney Ronaldo. Rashford is the go to football better than Rooney Ronaldo. Oh my, I don't know if you're bantering now, my advance. Big up everyone anyway who's joined me today. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Don't forget to join me for that. Have a lovely evening, morning, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and smash a like on the video on the way out. Have a fabulous time. Take it easy. Peace.